If you appreciate music as much as I do, stay tuned. Today we're going to be talking about one of Walt Disney's legendary movies, Fantasia. I have been in love with classic music since I can remember. Ever since I was introduced to composers for movies such as Rodgers and Hammerstein, John Williams, Danny Elfman, James Horner, Hans Zimmer, Robert Sherman, and Richard Sherman, this made me feel more appreciative of the movie Fantasia because it goes all the way back to composers like Johann Sebastian Bach or even Beethoven. I'm not going to talk about the plot of the film because the film has multiple plots. The format of the movie is much different than with a traditional animated movie. In this film, it's treated as if you were participating in a regular concert. Each piece of music by every composer like Bach, Beethoven, Tchaikovsky, all of them are introduced by Deems Taylor, who is our narrator throughout the movie. As he explains the 3 different kinds of music, we experience all those 3 in the movie. So what we get is the creator's interpretations of those pieces of music. All the pieces of music are conducted by Maestro Leopold Stokowski. I don't exactly have a favorite piece because all are played with passion and they play very, very loud. The top 2 I would say for now has to be Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite because I enjoy the ballet very much and Christmas is coming very, very soon. And A Night on Bald Mountain because the triumph of good over evil. Some people say that it's forgotten because I heard somewhere on TikTok that it did not do so well in the box office. How can that be? Because the movie had such perfect chemistry. So I did a little bit more research. What I found is that Fantasia was released after the start of World War II. With that being said, you can't imagine how disappointed I was. The other disappointment with why it didn't do so well with the box office was because of the sound. For those of you who own the soundtracks towards the movies Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs or Pinocchio, they have a clean recording. But it was unfortunate for Fantasia because in 1940, stereophonic sound was created. For Walt, this was an opportunity to use a new piece of technology for his movie. What makes it very unfortunate was the machine began to malfunction. That explains why in both the movie and in the soundtrack, it could be very loud or it could be very quiet. So we could have had a very clean recording of the soundtrack of Fantasia today. Luckily, in 1982, the movie was re-released. A conductor named Irving Costell, who is well known for Mary Poppins, he re-recorded the music for that film. My problem with this clean recording is every piece of music that was chosen, it's not in Leopold Stokowski's arrangements. My thoughts for this film is that this is Walt's greatest works, and I don't care if it bombed. The combination of animation and music work very well together, and that has got to be the greatest thing Walt has ever done. But one of the hardest things is that if you pick a piece of music from an opera or a ballet or music that just exists for its purpose, you gotta nitpick which part of that music to fit in the film. The animation for the film was superb. For a film that was made in 1940, they managed to do the impossible. One of the prime examples I can give is in The Nutcracker Suite, The Rite of Spring, and A Night on Bald Mountain. As far as the music goes, I love Leopold Stokowski's interpretations. The difference between Leopold Stokowski and traditional conductors, Leopold Stokowski is very, very different. If you've seen his rehearsal videos, you can tell that he interprets the music very differently.
Do you have an alto trombone? Do you have one? Could we use it in this? I think it has another quality of tone.
I took the time to listen to the original interpretations of what was given in Fantasia, and I noticed there were a lot more attacks in Fantasia than what there were in the original music. What this means when it comes to attacking, in Leopold Stokowski's words, it means to have the players strike certain bars or certain notes louder than what was really written. His main interpretations in the movie were mostly Toccata and Fugue in D minor and Night on Bald Mountain. I read somewhere that Toccata and Fugue in D minor was really written for a pipe organ, but Leopold Stokowski managed to convert that music for a full orchestra. With Night on Bald Mountain, Leopold Stokowski's interpretations are better. It delivered more fear than the original interpretation of the music. The original interpretation for Night on Bald Mountain, if you know what I'm talking about, it's more chaotic. Those two are my most prime examples, and if you take the time, go ahead and listen to those two and then come back to me and then comment. More importantly, Fantasia illustrates how we feel when we listen to music. We feel all kinds of emotions and we can't control that. Also, it's great to sit down and listen to something once in a while. If you sit down and you listen to a piece of music from the past or today or from a movie and you feel something that you never felt before, you're allowed to feel how you feel. I hope you enjoyed this. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.